good afternoon. True Blue Tie here from Thailand. Hope you're doing well. Sorry, I'm running well late today, for instance, on my videos. And I was out brushing the leaf today. The ball and Jane's got a day off today. She's about to go shopping. Woman. And we're going to eat out, so I'll come back, etc. And just about to, we're expecting the rain to come down here in Thailand. Sometime soon. I expect one tomorrow, so the last thing I want to do is leave my video too late. I'm outside, and it's, even though it's 3 in the afternoon, I've got the light on. We're expecting a big black cloud coming. It's really strange the way you know, it's really strange because you'll see that it's going to Bangkok is over in that direction, and what's happened is no, it's in that direction, in that direction. So what happens is when the cloud comes over, it comes over here in this direction, the black clouds, but it comes in a one big long like tube. It's so strange, it really is. It's just like a big black cloud, you know. It doesn't come over, you know, sometimes it can come over in, you know, like normal clouds, but the majority of the times, like now for instance, it's just one big long black tube. Yeah, it's just weird to look at. It's so strange, you know. The weather in a tropical country, for instance, is so strange. And it's just one big black tube. Sometimes I've seen blue sky over this side, blue sky over that side, blue sky behind me, and then just this one big black tube, for instance, coming over this big long, you know, tube like of black cloud, and then within an hour, for instance, raining. So pouring down. So anyway, so it's strange. Anyway, so it's 1 Jan here in Thailand. It's a holiday in Thailand for the next 2 days. Queen Mother's birthday. I think it's the official birthday tomorrow, and but the Thais got a big long day off. And but the thing is, the amount of, you know, again, I've seen it. I said it 1,000 times. When I've lived in other countries, what's it called, like in Europe, when they have a holiday, everybody has a day off. You know, you might get the odd shop open, you might get the odd DIY shop on, petrol stations, etc. But majority of these people have days off, and everything's closed, and people are quiet, and people go off to the beach, etc. and blah blah blah. In Thailand, etc., it feels like a normal day. All the restaurants are open, all the shops are open, for instance, and there's no closing early, blah blah blah, that kind of thing. Even on Christmas Day, New Year's Day, you know, you can still, it's just same 24/7. So it's really weird. Seriously, you know, this is one of the beautiful things about living in Thailand. You don't have to look at, you know, you don't have to worry about the weather. You know, you don't have to worry about, for instance, the way you look, and you don't have to worry about what's it called, shops being closed or buying things tomorrow. For instance, I've ordered a new Macatee top. You know, the blue one. It's absolutely beautiful. It really is. This is the we don't say blue one. It's the black one. It's like the equivalent to this, but in the St Mark's one, but it's in black, and I think it's got a gold badge. It looks brilliant. A running top. Okay, right, okay guys, that's my waffle over and done with. Anyway, so I hope you're doing well. It's, say like it's 1 Jan, and we're waking up, or you waking up, you've been, for instance, to the fact that Savinho, because I bring it broke last night, for instance, for LB, he did a story about 11 o'clock, 11 p.m. For instance, and he was doing a stream, and not happy, I'm shocked. More than anything else about it. Going to Spurs, of all the places, my second most hated team after the Rags, etc. Let's go. Going to Spurs. Oh, what the hell are you doing? Some people said after they scored the goal, and I did notice it, but I didn't also, but I also know it was a friendly. When he passed to Reinders, and Reinders scored the goal, the second goal, and Reinders went over to Savinho. He didn't look happy, for instance, but again, he's Brazilian. You've got to understand about the temperament. Reinders walks around with a massive, big, beautiful smile on his face. So maybe he's, you know, again, so I don't know. He's been played on the right, where he's supposed to be a left winger. He's only been a year at City, for instance, and so for instance, I think he's done okay. He's finishing and could have scored, for instance, but he didn't, unfortunately. People are frustrated with him, not as much as frustrated as Doku, but yeah. So he's a bit of a shock. And going to Spurs, we can make a bit of money out of it. I think we only got it for about 30 million. So, and there's estimated he's going for 70. Or me personally, I think we should rinse them. We should go for at least 90. But I don't know we're going to get that. The Spuds don't want to deal with Daniel Levy in any way whatsoever. So, but fortunately, I know a lot of City fans are feeling the same way. But it's just the way it is, and yeah. So it came out of the blue. I know we have to get rid of a non-home grade player. Everybody thought it was going to be Kovacic or Gundogan. Upset also another City fan base because of that reason. And City don't want to sell him, but the offer's too good to pass up. Maybe he knew that. Maybe he don't want to go. But then again, we heard he's interested in going. So, what is it? So it's a strange one. It really is. I'm kind of where do I sit? Okay. Yeah, he came when he first came. He was exciting because he took on players and blah 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 whatever. Now he's kind of his finishing is not good and his G&A needs to be better. Okay, so and also with Doku. When Oscar Bob came on, for instance, in the first half, etc., it was a delight watching him. And the difference between Oscar Bob and Savinho and Doku was stark. So, for me, and I know people saying blah 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 minutes, but I thought Oscar Bob was going to be an absolute fantastic last season if he didn't get his didn't get his injury. So, for instance, but he's come back, etc., and it feels like he wants to prove something, and I think he stands out. Would he get above Savinho in the starting 11? Oscar Bob, yes, and also, for instance, off Doku, yeah, absolutely. So, but for instance, does Savinho is he talented enough to stay at City? Yes. For instance, should he stay at City? I do believe he should for his development, and I think there is a player in there without a shadow of a doubt. But he just needs to step it up a little bit more. So, I'm kind of on the shelf with it. I'm shocked about it. I know we need to get rid of a homegrown player. Some cities, they did talk about an homegrown player. Some cities, who does talk, etc., we need to be ruthless in it. I didn't expect this. So, but I would prefer to keep him. Of all the players on my list for him to go, he was not on that top 5, should I say. But he needs to improve. So, but I believe he's open to the move. And yeah, it's a shock. Everybody talks about, well, LB was talking about we need to go in now, get in Rodrigo, we need to get in there. But again, we also we have one non-homegrown player too many, so we need to get rid of one. So it's what do we do? So it's all right. Let's go and get Rodrigo now. Let's go and get Eze. Let's go and get who did he talk about? The guy from Luisi who's gone to Muchen. But again, Alois would be okay, but he's gone to Muchen last year. I can't see him get him out of Muchen. But it's a strange one. It really is, and I'm a little bit So of all the players, I didn't expect this. But I'm not overly disappointed if we lose him. But for instance, I thought it was him. I think it's crazy. I can't see his development. Going from a team who's challenging for the top of the league and Champions League to a team, for instance, who's not. I know they're in Champions League by default because of winning the Europa League. But other than that, went for a team for 17th. And even though Frank is a good side and they have a potential, they're still not. Nobody's picked him as going to be in the top 4 this season. So I think he's either been upset or something. He's had his head turned. I don't understand why. He's been told by City, for instance, he needs to step up or he's going to get sold or something's happened, and that's the reason why he was miserable. But the whole thing's come out of left field. It really has, and it shocks a lot of people. And I do believe, etc. There'll be more shocks come before the end of the day. The Edison issue is still not solved. And Galatasaray Turkey is still moaning about, saying that they still want him. But there's no money coming forward. So Jack Grealish, I believe Everton's that's progressing a little bit. I just find, I think there's going to be a lot more shocks before we go. People will be talking about the fact we need more. We've got a too big of a squad. We've got 24 players and wants a smaller squad. But again, we still need players. So there was also talk about yesterday this guy called Castello Lubaba, a defender from RB Leipzig. So I know we took Josco Guardiola from there, but this guy's come to improve. So Don't know how truth that is, but again, it's one of these rumours. So, but apart from that, yeah, I just Claudio Echeverri, we still don't know what he's doing, whether he's kicked off, etc. And Man City said, right, okay, we'll keep you and get rid of Savinho. I don't know. So, who knows? So, he's not happy to go to Girona. He wants to go to AC Milan or a Premier League club. But we'll see what happens there. The Donnarumma, I can't see that. And what's it called? Beleva, for instance, that's not happening either. So, but no, yeah, so strange, really strange, really strange. What else? For instance, going on to the ladies' team, we had a lady, a woman signing, etc. For instance, last week, and so just going to get a bit more information about this young lady for you. For instance, yeah, the pre-season, we had a pre-season got, by the way, a goalless draw against the Rags. So yeah, that was the strange one. Yeah, Earth Cummings. So she was a goalkeeper. So whether so we've so welcome to Manchester City Earth Cummings. So we've got a few new recruits at the moment. So but let's see how that works out. As far as City is concerned, the main again, for instance, we play Wolves on Sunday. For instance, yeah, quite looking forward to it. It's a 11:30 kickoff for me. I'm absolutely Look what happened to Liverpool yesterday. Oh, that, you know, I was actually talking to my friend, etc., who's a big Liverpool fan from London, of course. Yeah, big Liverpool fan, and saying to him, listen, and he was complaining because everybody's having a go at him because Liverpool are buying all these players, and I said to him, I said, it's not the fact that, you know, you're buying all these players, and I really don't care how much money you're spending. And everybody's going, oh, Liverpool's buying this. But they're also losing a few players. They're getting rid. So they've lost Diaz, so they brought in Verts. Okay, good. So they've lost Trent, but they brought in Frimpong. Good. Okay, so well, not well, but it depends. Then you've lost, for instance, they've got Macatee now for Diaz. They've got, for instance, they're looking at Isaac from Newcastle. For instance, but yeah, and even goddamn, what was an interview with what was his name? Oh, Van Dijk, saying about what's called. It looks like, you know, it'd be good if they had more forwards. No, they don't. They need more. What's it called? People at the back. And Man City have pointed out on more than one occasion that they're looking at the back, etc. They don't look great. And so, for instance, they only got 3 centre backs or centre backs, and they do need Stephanie to go at the back. And so yesterday, for instance, I couldn't believe it. The second half, for instance, Crystal Palace 100% deserved it. The cheating Crystal Palace deserved it, and the cheating goalkeeper, for instance, you know, got them through, but they deserved it. But Liverpool just looked a different team. They had a few shots in the second half, etc. But all this thing about Liverpool's going to win the league, Liverpool's going to win it by 20. Liverpool's not only got this great side and it was strengthening, but yeah, well, yesterday, for instance, Szoboszlai didn't look great, Van Dijk didn't look great. For instance, yeah, it was Robinson didn't look great for me. It was a few which didn't turn up. Salah went missing after his goal, especially in the second half. Had the shot, they had one. But for instance, no, it wasn't. Now the Scousers are coming back, and ESPN, we're having with Liverpool shirts, and Liverpool this and Liverpool that, and I've heard talk bollocks about it, you know, and they're all there talking about it. Oh, well, Liverpool are back, we don't care about the League Cup, the Charity Shield, blah, 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 the curse is over, we can go and win the league now, for instance, blah, 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 and they're kind of dismissing it. To a point, you can. It doesn't mean, if you lose the League Cup, doesn't mean that, for instance, you know, you're going to lose the league, etc. But I did feel Liverpool were easily got at, and I do believe, for instance, that when everybody's talking about Liverpool winning the league by points, I said to myself, no, it's not. I don't think it's going to happen. I think Arsenal are going to be Arsenal. Liverpool never defended a league. Premier League like Man City, and Man City have got the bit between the teeth now. Got great players now with Reinders and Cherky, etc. We have issues as well, but the fact is, what's good to sit there and discount Manchester City as third, fourth, or fifth, etc. is just ridiculous. I think we've got a very good chance of the league. And that's not me putting my blue skepticals on. I just think Liverpool they had nobody challenging last year. They didn't expect to go. They were in transition, just like they are in transition, just like Man City are in transition right now. So to sit there and say they're going to win the league and everything, no, I wasn't buying it at all. They had it easy last season. Man City fell off. United. Chelsea were Chelsea. Arsenal just do what Arsenal do, and for instance, So I thought overall, no, yeah. And again, this is what I was going to say yesterday. For instance, but I didn't have time. But I did have time, but I had to edit it out. But I was watching Leeds. I watched, for instance, Chelsea. I thought Chelsea looked good, and they're picking up decent results at the moment. So they look good at the moment. Beat AC Milan. I looked at Arsenal. Arsenal fans are all doing their stupid little thing. But for instance, and I looked at a few teams yesterday. For instance, a few Premier League sides, and I was there. I watched the Charity Shield, and after the first 20 minutes or so, where Liverpool looked really good, I thought after that, for instance, the Crystal Palace deserved to win. And should have won it in the 90 minutes. And if there was extra time, I thought I would fancy them to win it. I thought Liverpool were kind of devoid. When I looked at Liverpool's bench, it didn't look strong at all. So So if they would have kept the players, these players who have lost, like Jota unfortunately lost off, but unfortunately would have kept, as well as bringing these players in. But they haven't, so they've lost these players, and they've brought in new players, good players. But it just means to say they've also got to come in and gel, and which I'm sure they will. But to sit there and say Liverpool are hands down to win it, well, you saw the evidence yesterday. No. And Arsenal fans are just having they're now changing the tune. 1 minute they're saying, "Oh, we're not even going to get top four," after they lost to Villarreal. But yesterday, for instance, they won. Not the day yesterday, but the day before, they played the Emirates Cup where they won 3-0. And and to me, everything came down from one side, left. Saka. Everything comes from Saka. If it doesn't come from Saka, for instance, they're not going to score. That guy is so important. Everybody talks about Man City being Rodri FC. Arsenal are Saka FC. So yeah, So overall, with this, what I've seen with the players that we've got, and I do feel confident about the season. Very confident. Anyway, guys, I'm going to love you and leave you. But I'm going to sit there and compare and think a bit more about the Savinho thing again. For instance, I'm shocked, disappointed. Don't want to sell to Spurs in any way whatsoever. But for instance, it does help us with the non-homegrown registrations. But so I was going, but didn't expect it. But again, so he's not. Would he have been Man City starting 11? Well, if Oscar Bob wasn't there, maybe he was. Does it leave a shot on that area? Maybe. But it's not the worst departure. But it's a shock. But if you can get a load of money for him and then reinvest that, I don't know, on a right back maybe. So you never know. But we'll see. Anyway, guys, what do you think? Are you surprised? What do you think about Liverpool? Are you impressed by them? Were you impressed? Are you like me, for instance, just believe that Man City got a great chance this season and everybody's writing us off? And way before the weekend, which is great. Because everybody wrote Liverpool, including myself, wrote Liverpool off last season, and where did they finish? Sometimes it's good to be the underdog, and we are the underdog this season. Good. They haven't seen us coming, because they all expect Man City to play the same crap football and to get caught on the break. Boom. So what they'll see is a different City this season. Bang on, without a shadow of a doubt. Guys, I'm going to love you and leave you. A triple attack from Thailand. Take care.